Why, hello there! How's everyone going? I do have a game room open if anyone's interested in joining. Ready for some games. I see Ultra Roos and Seal are online already. I'll send them an invite. There have been no changes to the setup since last week, so you should be good to go. Hey Seal, how's it going? I feel like this camera is just a little bit too low. That'll do. That'll do. There we go. There we go. Seo's in. See if Alter comes in. Ka-ding. That's probably my phone saying that I'm live. Yes, it is. Go away. Got a week off. Nice. Hey, Snowball. How's it going? My thumb's starting to act up again, so I probably won't be playing today, but at least not playing seriously. It happens every now and then. It was happening about a year ago. I think it's just that I spend too much time on my phone. Don't tell anyone, but because it's so slow at work, I'm spending most of my work time on TikTok. Just because it's small, short content that I can just stop at any time. But like yesterday, I had, in a 6-hour shift, 48 customers, which is significantly lower than my previous low. But with lockdown, nobody wants anything, so, you know, is what it is. Nobody needs any fuel, and that's what I do for a living. So I'm just sitting there with my phone, swiping constantly, so it's probably just a overuse on it. Wait, who the hell is Roma? Ah, okay. Okay, doesn't matter. When people have weird names on Game Ranger, it kind of confuses me. Someone had a really weird name and then it's just changed to another name, so it's all good. Alright, well, I'll give a couple minutes with, just to let everyone tune in. And then we'll go live if there's anyone else who wants to jump in. They've got a minute or two. I found out today that you guys in Europe, you guys tally things differently than we do. Here in Australia and New Zealand and I think America. Give me a piece of paper. Sure, let's write it on the back of this. Tell me if this is right. This is how we count, like, up to 5. So it's, that's 2. Four. And then 5. Now, apparently, in Europe, 5 is like that. Apparently, someone told me that that's how they tally in Europe. Tell me if that's true or not. Is that how you tally over here? You do it the way I do it, the top one. Someone will say that that's how you do it. I'm like, that doesn't sound right, but okay. That's the thing is the place I was saying was saying that square one is all of Europe. That the top one is kind of America, Australia, and New Zealand. Oh yeah, and the square one is also like South America and stuff as well. So, okay, obviously they're all wrong. You want to jump into a game, Maddie? How's it going, Gomba? If you want to jump into a game, the setup is all explained down below the stream. I'm going to try avoid playing today if it's all possible. If you missed it earlier, I've got a little bit of repetitive overuse, whatever you want to call it, in my thumb. Mostly because I've been spending too much time on TikTok. But we won't talk about that. And yes, it is the same setup as we had last week. So if you were here last week, you shouldn't have to change anything. And yeah, if you do want to jump in, the password is for the game room is, as always, Twitch, TWITCH. And I'll take it no one else is going to jump in, so let us go in with what we got. Right, I don't like anyone being yellow, so let's make sure. Oh, wait, someone got yellow, don't it? I believe we're waiting for Ultrix. There we go. Everyone's here. Let us go. Let's start with a 1v1. And I'm going to try pick a. We haven't played this in a long time. Alright, you guys don't need to see my ugly mug. Just get my mug off there. This was designed. How's it going, Milan? How's it? Alright, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So this is our probably highest resource map we have. Excellent. Dead. Make sure. Yeah, he's dead. Cool. We've got our stats going to this week, which is great. Oh, not too bad. Now, as I was saying, this map is our probably highest resource map. As you can see, each player starts with 5 stone, and I think 7 iron right at their base. Not too many trees, which could cause issues later on, but this stuff will expand out and not be too big a deal, hopefully. So in rebalance, especially stone is quite useful. So we'll have to see how it actually plays out. Also, towers and stuff is huge. Hey, Hunterfooter, how's it going? Ultra's obviously in the text and going to get that 1 gold start. I find this interesting, like that they've gone only with 1 quarry right at the start. It has always been in the pre-rebalance, which is where we've always played this one. You'd start off with 2 quarries straight off the bat. Definitely not an iron mine. Definitely not 3 iron mines before your second one. But obviously with rebalance, people have decided that it's more beneficial to go this way. We'll see. I'm not sure I agree with that, but one way to find out. Stockpiles are more or less in the same place. I mean, the farms are being done pretty much the same. You've got an extra couple of farms here for CO. I don't really like these front ones. By the time the workers get all the way around there, they're not really going to be all that beneficial. Probably better leave it to place some wheat farms or something on later. Alright, we've got the 3 quarries here. Not enough ox tethers. And still only 1 quarry on this side. Yeah, does he even have any wood? He does. Not really. So he hasn't had a wood delivery. They're all about to come in now. But that's putting him quite far behind. You're looking at 6 and 4 now. Versus 1 and 2. Not enough ox tethers again. Wood's coming in. Let's see if he uses it. He's got a wheat farm straight at the front. I do like that he's coming out with this extra wood nice and early. Because he could be denied that later on. Straight into a pole turner. Which is a good idea. Then he gets a iron mine. Another iron mine. Another... Okay, obviously players think that iron is much more beneficial at this point than stone. I'm not sure I agree. I don't think the math agrees solely for, you know, sale value. And I think that's all they're going to be doing with it at this stage. I think it would be better. It would be better to go for the extra stone, but we'll see how that goes. We have 4 pole turners here from CEO, and looks like we've got a. No, he was manually deleting them to make wheat farms. Wheat farms. This is the funny thing. Last week, nobody did any religion at all. I'm not sure why. Now, neither player has put any defenses down on this map as well. I generally like to have at least a little bit of moat, trying to protect the back, the sides here. But I mean, you're getting plenty of stone, you can easily wall it off. Here we go, got a little bit of moat coming in on the side here from Ultra Roost, and now he's got maxed out his stone. Look at all those workers going out. Still only the 1 pole turner. Well, Sio's got maxed out everything so far. Probably about time to remove these woodcutters. Better placement for weapons workshops. They're having to walk a long way to get anything. There they go there. Now what I'm curious about is the efficiency with this iron placement. I mean, it looks like they're getting back with just as the thing. So these guys here look like they are at peak efficiency. These guys here are slightly less efficient. If the iron shows up before the work gets back, like it did for this guy, I mean, barely. I mean, we'll watch this one. Here's the guy coming back to him right now. Eventually, this will end up filled up. But there you go. That amount of time is wasted time. Whereas all these other guys, it immediately goes back. So you couldn't get any better. Assassin's coming forward on this side. Looks like there isn't much protection for CEO. However, he is going for some walls. So he will get notified by it. Unless... There we go. So these woodcutters will probably get attacked. But the woodcutters themselves will do a bit of damage. But yeah, as I was saying, last week there was no religion at all used. Now, I actually think that going for the moat is better than going for the walls, personally. Even better, do both. I mean, moat's free, so why not? There's the assassins is sitting behind the scoreboard there, just standing there, not doing anything. Now, I'm kind of disappointed CO hasn't shown any aggression yet. Even just grabbing a couple of, or Ultras, just grabbing a couple of horse archers out to kind of prevent this, or kill workers and stuff like that, would be very beneficial. We still only have 4 weapons workshops for Alta, and quite a bit more here for CO. Bread economy coming in. Looks like the bakers are just starting to work. About right on time. He's about to run out of food. Although I probably lost all the food when he moved his granary across, so it's all good. To be expected. Meanwhile, Ultrus has run out of food to shift it. And looks like he's going to have his come in before it becomes a problem. Horse Archer's coming out. And he only used about half his gold to get that many Horse Archers as well. Alright, we got church, we got a cathedral, and we got a chapel here from CO. Now remember, you can't really get more than +6 popularity from religion coverage. However, you do get the +3 from having these 2 buildings. So assuming he's got, say, +2 from these 3 workers, he's looking at +5 total, which is pretty decent for taxation purposes. And he's got beer coverage coming in. I would say at this point, he should either be reducing rations, giving reduced rations and selling the extra bread, or he should be looking into getting some bad things. You have the assassins coming in on the left here, as the horse archers come in and troops come forward to stop that on the right. Now these assassins have been tweaked to do extra damage to workers, except for the woodcutters. Woodcutters still do the original damage. They're getting tracked by an open gate. That's unfortunate, which means that CO now has warning that those guys are there. With that amount of horse archers on a patrol over here, right on the edge here, that would clear that off, no problem. In fact, even without the patrol, just walk in here. You can deal with that. Alright, we've got maces and pikemen coming over the left here. These guys have been seen, so the archers get some free hits. Maces clear them out. It's not that expensive though. That's the thing. Is to take out these guys, he would lose, honestly, maybe 3 horse archers. And then once that happens, he's got easy kills here, easy kills on all this economy, workers. He can do a ton of damage with that, with those guys, and clear that off. Like by now, it might, with these guys starting to stack here, it might become a little less beneficial, and with those guys coming out that side. However, it's just people I'm finding regularly overestimate the power of the high ground. Now, the high ground is hugely powerful. Don't get me wrong. These guys are shooting full strength against 1/3 strength on the ground. So, but that means if you have 2 on the ground shooting up, they're going to do, by the time one gets killed, they'll do 2/3 the damage. And then the other one is going to get, by the time the other one, so it's going to be equal damage. You've got 2 times the units. You've got 3 times the units, you're going to be doing more damage. And this is easily that against these guys. Especially considering so many weak ones are already there. Numbers count for a lot more than the height advantage. I think people forget that. But also, you got to remember the amount of damage you can do once you've cleared that out, is going to be far more than what you lose. The eco damage, if you kill even one or two of these oxen while they're there, huge damage. Forcing CEO to bring out these troops somewhere else that he doesn't want them, that's value. Even though there's no monetary value, forcing your opponent to do things is valuable. As long as your opponent is reacting to you, you have the power. See, right now, Ultra is reacting to CEO. He's had to get all these extra horse archers that he may not have wanted otherwise. Because those horse archers came out and pressured out. And that is a huge amount of value, because that's a whole lot of extra stuff like a cathedral that Ultra isn't getting, for example. I'm going to check the eco buildings. We've got, in particularly weapons is what I want to see. 22 for Ultra versus 18 for CO. Equal farms, because that's all their farm spots. Should we also equal iron and... Nope. Ultra is missing this one stone spot. But aside from that, it's pretty equal. A couple of extra bakeries for CO. And far more wood for Ultra. Ultra's castle looking pretty, you reckon? I mean, it's looking full more than pretty. And I think he's made a mistake by putting his houses up there. I mean, all these houses are places that he can't put weapons buildings later. He can't put extra bakeries in. You can't put weapons buildings. Put those houses down the back here, which is where I always like to put them. If you do that, then you've got all this extra space, which is what CO has. CO's got the same amount of buildings up here as Ultra has on his hill. But look how much extra space he has. He's got plenty of stone stacking up. Let's zoom in so you can see that. Sell all that stone, and then you can just build a ton of extra weapons workshops. Heck, just make metal armor for sale for all I care. Make extra bakeries, or, there's plenty of stuff that you can fill this up with that will give him the advantage long term. As soon as he builds extra buildings up here, which he's starting to do now, CO gets the advantage. Ultra doesn't know how to push with these horse archers. To be honest, the horse archers are no longer valid. You need to start looking to siege at this point for Ultra. Also, if you hadn't noticed, there are plenty of ways over Ultra's moat. There's 1, 2, 3. There are plenty of ways across the center part, which is what he knows of. But he probably doesn't realize that there's a gap here. Right on the edge. They can walk around there. Watch these woodcutters. If in doubt, watch any workers that have to cross your moat. Ultra should also be getting some extra ox tethers out here. Whereas, looks like CO's got all the ox tethers he needs. So in that sense, the stone for CO is going to be more efficient than for Ultra. Pikemen coming out. Kind of curious about the pikemen approach. I'm not really seeing the benefit of the pikemen at this point. I mean, pikemen have their benefits, and this is a map control benefit. These guys can just keep going, and these guys have to keep on pulling back. These guys can just last so long that everything has to pull back, so you can gain map control just by marching these guys out. Which is great. Ultras, please be watching this. And if your opponent forgets to look, and these pikes do extra damage against horse archers, remember. They're doing double damage. That is huge value right there. Are you gonna see how you're gonna finish those guys off? And you got horse archers coming off the right side. There was another gap over here. There was yet another gap. These assassins came right past it. I don't know if CO notices it. He's got maces coming out to try to stop this. Ultraus was busy just trying to build up his army, get these shields out. He was focusing on these shields. He does know the assassins are out here, and he's chasing them down. But now he's got shields with nothing to put behind them. He's got basically Macemen, and that's it. And he's got a crap ton of Macemen. Don't get me wrong; those Macemen can do a lot of damage. Looks like all these woodcutters are going down. These crossbowmen are probably going to do a lot of work, because these horse archers, one, they're distracted by shields, and the Lord. And he's got more than enough maces to clear out anything else that comes in. Macemen are at the best army unit at this point, and I think they should be, to be honest. I think that's a good thing. Like, swordsmen are better than macemen, but they're slower. So, there is that. But yeah, I like that progression. You go spears into maces into swords for your main army unit. And then your ranged units, you start with horse archers and archers into crossbows. And all the shields are coming out over here. Remember, the shields are incredibly slow in this rebalance. We've even got knights coming out here from CO. And considering we're not seeing any pikemen coming out from Ultraus, that is a good move. There's a ton of Macemen, so I really think he should be getting a whole lot of swords out. Instead of going for pikes, he should be getting swords, in my opinion. He doesn't really need to worry too much about the pikemen. There are maces in there, not enough. And there are also knights in there, again, not enough. There's just this is just so many maces. And the problem is that these crossbowmen can be chased down. He can back off the archers, back off the spearmen. But he can't hold this. He should have these guys brought forward to do some damage as they ran past, but it's too late now. That's not enough units. This is going to go Ultraus's way. I mean, the knights are going to help out. The pikemen are holding the battle off. Oh, he wins! He wins! The ranged unit sitting behind it for the win. Alright, get those knights out to deal with those... Oh, excellent. Maces come out to destroy the shields. And that army from Ultraus gets wrecked! I'm actually really impressed that those Macemen died. I did not expect the thing. No, Macemen have a penalty against knights. And against swordsmen. No unit has a bonus against swords. But Macemen have a penalty. And look at that gold difference. 18,000 to 10,000. A lot of that from the stone. Well, 400, which is... about, what is it, 5 each. 5 times 4 is 2,000. 2,000 gold from there. Then you got extra weapons, extra iron, and probably taxation for longer. Quite possibly. What Ultraus really should have been doing was actually having his Macemen go straight into the ranged units and ignore the pikemen. Which is what he's always said, is what you do. Oh, these pikemen are useless because you can just avoid fighting them. It's what he's always been saying whenever we've been talking about the rebalance. you can always just avoid fighting those pikemen. So, you know, they're useless. And then what does he do? He fights the pikemen and doesn't avoid them. Alright, let's, how about, hey, who was it? Hunafuda, if you're still there, if you want to jump into a game, we'll come out and pick you up. Your W isn't... Ah, right. Literally, your W isn't working good. I was thinking that the W was supposed to stand for something. But no, you're literally saying the letter W wasn't working good. Alright, while we're getting Hunafuda in, I just want to quickly check my stats in the military sides. I mean, the KD was huge into Sio's favour there. But also the amount of units he got. 400 versus 200. That's insane. I mean, and most of that was in that end army. Alright, let us start this game up. You had trouble walking forward? That's always awkward. Let's swap that way. You guys can't see. Let's show it. Can you join? Well, no, it's not too much. I've got this team running up. You're welcome to jump into the next game. The full details of getting our setup is down below the stream. You need to get basically it changes the balance and it installs a unofficial Crusader patch setting up.
The round table. The round table. The sides are drawn.
Wait, what have I just done? Alright, I think that's a pretty decent balance. We'll get you in on the next game, Marcel. Hey, Carlos, how's it going? Alright, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
You can count on us. Dramatic.
Your popularity is falling.
Ah, not too bad. Come on, move. Come on, find another thing so I die. Thank you.
The Lord has been killed.
Alright. Let's get those stats up. Looks like I'm always suicidal, you know that. Not really. Let's just. It was a joke. Come on. I always fear if I make that sort of joke, somebody's got to take it the wrong way. Alright, this is going to be an interesting start fight over this left-hand side for this hill. It looks like Blue's going to have it. Hunafuda is going to get there first. With the Lord coming in and Snowball's Lord's still back at his base. Shooting uphill, probably not ideal. Well played microing into those guys, but you need to watch your own archers as well now. He has to back off. He's lost way too much. It looks like he didn't kill anything at all, which is not good. Yeah, I think Yellow just didn't think about it early on. This is Snowball. So he's probably the lowest skilled player of the two. Let's have a look at what the other two have been doing with their start troops. They've got troops coming forward from... Wait, who is that? Black. From Ultraroos. Coming off to this hill. We have the hill already claimed, but the spearmen are scary, so he backs off. And he's lost this hill. Hey, get your lord out there, CO. You can't take this. Horse archers will, you know, draw fire, but you need to deal with those guys. It's a bit too long a patrol for my liking. Yeah, it's Hunterfooter and Ultraroos versus CO and Snowball. Wait, why are these guys not firing? Okay, there they are. Alright, we've got some assassins coming forward to try to push them off. And there goes Ultraroos going, you know what, I've done enough damage. I'm going to back off now. Spearmen coming forward up the center. Hunterfooter was prepared for it. He's got some spearmen, some slingers down with it. I feel like he already had the horse archers a bit earlier. Like he was going to go out and raid with them. Based on the fact that they were already here when he backed off the hill, I feel like they weren't just recruited right then. So I feel like it may not have been a reaction to recruit them, just a reaction to use them that way. I love that nobody's been able to punish this yet. This is something that Matty started, bringing your stockpile down here for the high ground player. And nobody's been able to really punish it. It seems like something that should be so easy to punish. But no one's been able to do it yet. And if anyone can punish it, it's going to be CO. I agree, Crowdloaders, but no one's been able to do it. No one's been able to claim this hill yet. I mean, obviously on this side we have someone who's done it, but against a player who wasn't planning on needing it, so he wasn't just dealing with it as early. You got assassins coming up here trying to get at these archers. Now, a very good thing that worked out in previous games, I believe it was Hunterfooter being on this hill, putting a tower here. I think you can get one about here as the limit of your range, and that gives you height advantage on these archers. So that is something that's probably worth doing. Snowball hasn't broken these ruins in the back corner here yet to claim that extra stone, or destroy these buildings for the extra iron. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a huge disadvantage for him. I mean, we see Ultraroos hasn't done it either. However, he's got all this extra resources over this side, so it's not hurting as much. Yeah, possibly. I wasn't sure how to balance this match very well. So, but I mean, generally CO will go into religion about now, so it'll be interesting to see if he does. We got some slingers coming forward, and there goes that tower. Get some archers into that would be great. There was an assassin that those slingers were dealing with. Archers killing off these guys for free. Slingers coming up the center. And Seer just does not have the troops to respond. Wait, nope, they're not going to come in. They're just going to sit around the base. They're defensive, that's fine. These slaves aren't likely to do much with the archers already there. I mean, look, to be honest, I thought Ultra-Roost was going to run over CO's army in that last game. CO, I think it was a bad micro on Ultra-Roost's part. But yeah, he had almost double the amount of gold. So I wouldn't say he's weaker. That's why I kind of figured, you know, put him with the weaker of the secondary players. Ultra-Roost, no, I mean, he probably never will close off his keep. His lord's down here, so he doesn't really need to worry about people coming up here. Wait, that's blue. That's Hunterfooter taking the hill. No. Ultra-Roost goes for assassins. You know this, Crow Lotus. No, in the last game he went maces. He went massed maces. Like, he had so many maces, I thought it was going to win. Honestly, with that amount of assassins, just send them up the keep. Yeah. Ultra-Roost isn't going to give up on assassins. Come on, you know that. I mean, going for the eco works. I feel like you probably should have gone up on top of the keep first. Like, in this case, because there weren't many troops up there. But, I mean, there's still enough. There's still enough to kill the Lord right now. If you get to bring them all in and stack them up all together, that's enough. Slingers coming out to try to stop that from happening, to back up the Lord. That's going to prevent that from happening. I think he was just out of it, to be honest. And on the other side, more troops up here. I mean, you got your patrolling horse archers. A bit too long a patrol, but spearmen coming up to wreck that, so that's going to go down as well. Let's zoom out here. I mean, CO has almost nothing left. He's got these bakeries with no wheat or flour. He's got this one horse archer occupying his entire range units. Heck, send one of your spearmen, one of your slingers out that way. Yeah, when he backed off here and lost that guy, that was a big thing. He should have had his lord coming out straight away. Honestly, he lost it because he had his spearmen coming up the center. Whereas he was defending archers and spearmen with just archers, and so he had to back off his archers because he couldn't fight and fend off the spearmen. Alright, well, the horse archer's gone with those couple of slingers. Somehow, Snowball survived all those things. Killing pits. That's how he survived those spearmen. But considering he's only got this one quarry and one iron mine to supply him, and one farm. Oh, no, he's got a second farm here. I don't think he's likely to be able to compete with this over here. No, I agree, except for the fact that sometimes you have wood but not troops. If you got wood and no troops, then it's better to use killing pits than to lose all your buildings. you know, if that's what the choice comes down to, you use whatever you got. You use what you have rather than what's best. And in that situation, he did not have the weapons. He couldn't really get the troops out fast enough. I don't think he had the gold to produce slingers or something. His only option was to use whatever wood he had in killing pits. Now the spearmen coming for the Lord. There's enough of them. And the fire! But now the Lord's off there, so we can chase those guys down. And that's going to be it. GG. Someone forgot to click yes. I think it was Snowball who hasn't clicked yes yet. And now he's got someone out clearing the ruins for the extra stone quarry. He hasn't claimed this extra stone quarry either. And there's probably enough archers to kind of prevent this from winning. However, this here will probably wreck it. Nah, there should be enough spearmen here. I thought there was more slingers up there as well. And we got the Arabian Swordsmen. That is a good response. Too little, too late though. The stacking that these spearmen will get, the swordsman can't compete. That many spearmen on one tile, that's just going to melt anything that you put there. GG. Alright, let's hop out. For anyone who wants to join in. Are you studying today, Crow Lotus, or are you going to play? And Marcel, if you want to join in, the game room is open. We just have to wait for a couple of these guys to come back from the game. And the password is Twitch, TWITCH. As long as if you got Game Ranger, find my name in it. It's a Stronghold Crusader Extreme game room. This is your description. My name is the thing. The password is Twitch. There's only 3 extreme game rooms open at the moment. And mine's the only one with the description, so it should be easy to find. We use extreme for the sole purpose of having the higher troop limits. We don't use the magic bar or anything like that, so. Part of the unofficial Crusader patch setup is disabling that magic bar. And we don't use the troop spawners. Because that's just lame. Alright, now that there's no one in the game room, it is open for you to join in. Crow Lotus, were you planning on playing, or you busy still? Just tuning in time to time. No pressure either way, but if we got a 5th player coming in, coming in for a 3v3 would be cool. I do believe that that Marcel doesn't have the test maps, and I'm not going to try fluff around trying to get it. So we won't be testing out Matty's map. I'm sorry, but we will play a 3v3. Grin, yep, Grin. As you can see here. And the description is just, it starts with rebalance. There's only 3 Crusader Extreme games available. So it should be easy to find the one with me in there. This is what you're looking for here. Get rid of that. No, I have not included a work in progress into the setup. That is correct, and I will not be including works in progress into it, because that just means that it just increases the chances of having people with multiple versions of the map and added confusion there. That's not me being lazy. That's a decision I've made. The new version. Carlos, are you talking about the new version that he reposted after your last stream? Or are you talking about the one without it? Are you talking about the untested one that was added after your stream, or the one that was done before it? Because if it was the one done before it, well, one, it's been replaced. If you're talking about that you've actually tested the one that was done later, the new version, I have not seen it tested. Alright, Seal wants to take a break, so we're all good. Yeah, it's all autophagy. Yeah, that's correct. I hadn't been aware, wasn't aware that it had been tested at all. So I thought it was done after your stream. I thought you'd only done the original that had been updated, and that's why, you know, it's not been. I'm not worrying about adding it to the thing yet. As long as Maddie says it's still a work in progress, I don't want to add it. Once it's kind of in its final form, release form, then I will include it. Never played 3v3 on it. Okay, well, we'll wait until that at least. Are you struggling to find the game room, Marcel? Game Ranger is freaking out? Okay. This song. This one always... This is a song that's supposed to be just made and it's completely copyright free, but it always reminds me of Chasing Cars, I believe it's called. I'm not going to play it because, you know, then I'll get copyrights. No, not Chasing Cars, it's not that one. It's the song that goes... over the border and into the city. We can both get jobs. Let's Google that. Nope. Something that I know you can't afford. Closer by the Chainsmokers, I think that's it. Yeah, Closer by the Chainsmoker. I'm pretty sure that's the one that reminds me of. If you go and I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to, have a copyright strike. I doubt it will happen, but just on the off chance. Go play that and then listen to this song. That just, it makes me think that it's clearly it sounds like it's a ripoff. I don't think he even thought of it as being that, but alright, let's go straight into one. Okay, he's not ready yet. That's why I couldn't find the game room, because it didn't have Extreme installed. Makes sense. Alright, let's just find out.
Choose your
I don't like yellow, so let's get rid of that. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put the new kid with Ultra Roost,
the round table.
and we'll put the other two, Snowball and Hunterfooter, in the team.
The sides are drawn.
I think he probably got put off by you were being insulting to him last week, Crow Lotus. Let's be honest, you were pretty insulting to him last week. It was not cool.
The round table. The sides are drawn.
Maddie's a bit like me. He's in a relaxed stage of the game. He's just like, you know what? It is what it is. No big deal. Alright, so let us show for Marcel. So this is not the right setup. This is the one I'm running in here. And the setup looks like... Do I have it somewhere here? No, none of those guys. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, it will look something like this one. With a setup batch. Actually, a lot less. If you've placed the unzip folder into your game install location, then you can just open it and run that setup batch file. I have no idea what Langle Marcel is. All you need to do is go put the unzip. Hang on, let me see if I've got it somewhere. It's probably in here. Nope. Nope. Let me just quickly grab the folder, copy it out just so I can show you. Alright, so I've just... Oops. That one. Basically, you just copy that folder that you download, unzip it into wherever your game's installed, open it. You shouldn't actually see most of these. You should see... That should be all you see. Open this up, run that installSetup.bat, and you should be good to go. I prefer to show hidden files, just because I like to know. I mean, if you show the hidden files, you will also have access to the readmes. Crow Lotus, why are the readmes, why are they hidden files? Can we make them not hidden? Well, no, you should have the readme should be able to be read, Alter, so you know what you're installing or what to do. Aside from that, you're right. I don't mind everything else being hidden. Install and the readme should be not be hidden. Okay. I've probably got the other versions in my downloads. I just copy the stuff out of it and into my. It is perfectly normal that command opens, yes. That is it running the commands to actually install everything for you. Now, once you've done that, to make sure that it works, all you need to do is open up the game.
Greetings, sire. The desert
Come in here.
awaits you.
Go into custom game. This here, you should see 0 here. Then over on this side, you should be able to see all these maps here. The 1v1 bootstraps, 2v2s, 3v3s, whatever. Yes, just wait until it automatically closes.
Choose your adversary.
I'm not dropping any frames on a footer, so possibly you. No, it seems like it's everybody, so... Alright. So what you do once you come in here, you make sure that's 0. You make sure you got the maps. Then you go into a game, just put a rat in. Place a mercenaries post. Wait, that doesn't actually gonna make a difference. We haven't changed the price anymore. Go into your weapons buildings.
Popularity is falling.
And check the prices of a pole turner. You can see that the price of the pole turner, when I hover over it, shut up, includes 5 stone and 50 gold.
More gold is needed. Gold needed.
So as long as you can see stone there, then you're good to go. Or you can go... what's something that just costs stone? Well, just costs stone now. Nothing. Yeah. So that's probably the... you got other things. You got the church and cathedrals costing stone as well.
Gold needed.
The inn.
Stone needed.
You can click that.
Stone needed.
If you hear the stone needed message,
Stone needed. Not enough stone, my lord.
you're good. The church, no, the church isn't just stone. It's 150 gold.
Not enough gold, my lord. Gold needed. Gold needed.
Yeah, so I was looking for something that
Stone needed.
would say that. If you got
More stone.
that happening, you got the maps,
Retire.
and you got 0 gold on the left here, you're ready to go. Alright, we all ready? Alright, well if no one says they're not ready in a couple seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, I'm gonna put CO. Wait, no, CO's not playing. Right, the problem is that all our 2v2s aren't really ideal for, you know, first time either. I do think that you guys can't see it. I do think that this might be our best 2v2 map for the first time. I'm gonna go with fun time. I don't know who's talking half the time. Alright, so it's Ultraroos. Alright, blue is there. So we want blue and Ultraroos. Like so.
The round table. The sides are drawn.
Alright, I think that might be... Alright, we just need Hunter to ready up. There he is. Go straight in.
We are under attack. The Lord has been killed.
Alright, we're just looking around. Just thought to make sure that he knows that stone is really important with their rebalance. You can sell stone. Don't need it. No, don't need stone for the weapon itself. Hey Smurfy, how's it going? Three, 2, 1. Let us go.
We are under attack. The Lord has been killed.
Just wait for everything to go away. Excellent. We'll try to get you into a game in a minute. Let's get those stats up. Snowball and Hunterfooter. Snowball's on the left. Cool. Versus Alterus and Dingo. Or Marcel. Or what was the other one? Nexus. I can remember that one because it's like the Loki Nexus events. Has anyone watched Loki? The Loki show? I quite enjoyed it. I haven't been able to watch any of the other Marvel TV shows, but I quite enjoyed Loki. I found that quite a bit of fun. Okay, that's a bit further away than you need your hunters, but that's okay. At least it's guaranteed to work there. That's kind of funny. Oh, double granary at the back there. I like that he puts his houses at the back. I don't like that Ultraroos puts his houses at the front. I feel like that's wasted space that could be used elsewhere. Whereas putting it at where you're not going to put anything else, that's much better. Now, who's got the most? Let's go into Eco because I can see the who's got the farms. Snowball and Hunterfoot have 8 each. Really? Oh, I guess I got extra hunters to make up for it. Makes sense. So let's get out of there because that's not really helping. Really want to know who got the extra farm spot at the back here. There. Okay, so it looks like Hunterfooter got the 4th farm spot at the back. Hey, Samet, how's it going? And Ultra's got the 4th one over this side. It makes sense. I mean, look, sure, I can understand putting a line right on the edge of the cliff if for that reason, Matty. I still think a simple wall would be way more efficient than that. Way more efficient, just a simple wall. And by the time you get to catapults, you can afford a wall. So, and yeah, the houses have one shot dead to a catapult. So, I don't think that is a argument. No, I haven't looked into really anything for our Lotus. I mean, I've got a bot for kind of some of the basics, but I don't see the need for the nightly bot. I mean, what benefit is it going to give me? Oh, I like some pressure coming out here from Hunterfooter. I like these spearmen on a nice long patrol out here. Maybe a bit too long a patrol. That is it. Yeah. I'd prefer a patrol going across the side or something. That's not. There goes the patrol. Yeah. It can do my. I've got a bot that can do my message. I just haven't added them in. Yeah, I don't need to get an extra bot for that. The same bot that I was running on Twitch works here. As part of the overlay software, the thing that gives me the chat on screen and stuff like that, that's all part of. Oh, please tell me he's at least going to get this down. He's not even going to get that down for that huge loss. That hurts. Lost all his spearmen and didn't quite take that down. But yeah, when I switched over to YouTube, I never really put the effort. Oh no, look at this. He's blocked off every entrance to his stockpile except for way over here. Everyone has to come all the way over here to get onto a stockpile. That sucks. Well, it's less than ideal, let's put it that way. I will set it up eventually. At this stage, I just don't have motivation to do a whole lot of stuff. I do like that these guys recognize that Ultra is the real threat, and so they're both over here with their troops, trying to pressure him, and kind of ignoring the new guy. Well, we're getting stoned from way out here, but not even here. Oops. Yeah, generally I don't put it right next to stockpile either. There are like a very few exceptions that'll do it, but generally no. Yeah, he definitely has too many ends, but I mean he's a casual player. He's not into the efficiency of that, so I can't blame him. I suppose he could. I think it's more that he just doesn't know that he can. Ah, that's awkward. Also, if you're gonna go for a stone quarry all the way out here, I feel like coming here would be better anyway. Even if you're not gonna come here. Also, both have more iron than they're using at the moment. So, oh, we've got blacksmiths coming out. I like to see that. Blacksmiths over here. We've got 4 of them for leather, 2 and 2 leather. Zoom back out. And they've denied this guy with... I mean, I feel like they could be doing... Well, Ultras could push this off. There's not that many units there. It's going to use Spearmen to try to push him off. And to be fair, if he goes for this patch, that should be all he needs. This guy's distracted by this guy, so ignore him. Go straight for this guy. Random fire there. Must be in a woodcutter's hut. Yeah. Oh, and the maces are out in time to deal with the spearmen. I like good timing there from Hunterfooter. Wait, what? Oh no, the assassins from oh, Ultra said it's assassins, man. No, it wasn't Hunterfooter. Snowball being killed by Ultra. Now we've got Hunterfooter in a bit of a tough situation. Like the amount of value that he's losing here. And Hunterfooter's calling it GG. Man. Ultra and his assassins, man. It's like, this is the sort of thing that I deliberately nerfed the assassin health for. Yeah, I mean, look, I respect that the assassins. I'm not saying they should be changed again right now. All right, let's go again. 3, 2, 1. I think Hunterfooter and Snow were a little salty, and they really want to rematch to redeem themselves after that one. I can't say I blame them. I mean, they responded to them, but it was too late. They should have prepared for their potential. I mean, they was doing so much harassment over here, and they should have thought, and I should have thought as well, that Ultros isn't just, if Ultros isn't responding to that threat for so long, there's probably something else going on. So you should probably, prepare to make sure that he can't do that. Like, I like the aggression. Assassins are easy to counter, but if you don't counter them, they are deadly. That's the current situation of those. If you prepare, you're fine. If you don't, you're dead. Well, that's kind of the intention of them. With the rebalance, my intention was that they weren't going to be your main army unit anymore, like they used to be, especially in bootstrap mode. But instead, you go with a you go out there, you try to destroy some buildings. Maybe if they've got some units somewhere on some really key key locations, you can get an assassin or two out there to kill them off while your opponent is distracted elsewhere, with a fight elsewhere. And then, you know, if your opponent doesn't prepare to counter them, go for the Lord. I'm not sure I agree with that, crowd loaders. I've seen, in particular, Ultras use them way too efficiently to agree with that. But, like, it's certainly not at a point where I'd say they need to be fixed again. They're certainly not at a point where I think they should get buffed again, which is what you're kind of suggesting. Is that they might need a bit of a buff. And that is definitely, I do not agree that they need a buff at all. If you're going to buff them, they'd need a corresponding nerf. I just don't see it as necessary at this point. Going straight into wheat over here. From Snowball. The balance is always a work in progress, and I fully intend that the balance will never be complete. We will always be tweaking the balance. I mean, heck, even Microsoft is still tweaking their Age of Empires 2 balance. And they're changing things that have been around since it came out. And that's kind of what I'm intending. Like, in 20 years' time, assuming we're all still playing it, another game hasn't come out to beat it, that will still be tweaking the balance. Because as people start out with new strategies, new balances have new problems. No, I shouldn't. I definitely should not. There's a very different thing between a map and a whole game balance. Yeah, like Firefly is actually going to pay for a balance team. I mean, they haven't done a single rebalance on it since it came out, even in their 4 official patches. Once the game is released, they don't have the resources to keep tweaking it. They just don't have the resources. If they had the resources, absolutely. In particular, like, what I really want is at some point, like, once we get our own custom multiplayer lobby built, which is going to probably be a while because I'm the only one wanting to work on it, and I'm not really wanting to work on anything at the moment, so... but once we get there, I want to include a kind of a data gathering thing where it analyzes people in games, especially in competitive games, and goes, okay, spearmen are taking all their damage from melee. They're never ever taking an arrow. Okay, well in that case we need to make sure we balance it for, you know, that sort of stats about where the damage is coming from. Like things like, you know, swordsmen. If swordsmen are taking all their damage from melee and none from arrows, then their current strength of having not very many, or taking low damage from archers, is kind of irrelevant because it doesn't use that strength. Yeah, that would be like getting that sort of data would be amazing. I reckon, and that's one of the things that I've got at the back of my mind for when we get the multiplayer lobby software done. The problem with that, Matty, is how much it costs to set it up for that. Yeah, but the problem is that experiential data is almost always wrong. Right? Like, you know, experiential data, like, for example, it's biased by how you're playing and how your opponents play. I mean, the amount of people that come into the balance discussion and saying that the European archer needs a buff, or that the Arabian archer needs a buff, or needs a nerf, or, you know, that all that sort of thing, or the monks aren't strong enough, they need to do more damage. You know, enough people come in and say these things, kind of tell us that, you know, just because you experience it and think something, it could be completely wrong just based on how you've played and how you've approached it. A meta bias, yeah. I mean, and even when you get stats, you know, the official stats from it, that also is going to have the same sort of biases. However, if people are always playing a certain way, and you wait a year, and they're still playing that same way, then I guess you balance for how people are using them. And then once you rebalance it, they go, oh, well, I'll stop playing that way, I'll play a different way and change the meta. And then you have to change it back. It is possible, and that's fine, because I think if a meta takes a certain advantage of a certain thing, or doesn't take advantage of something, then it's the balancer's job to encourage it. Like, if nobody's doing it ever, because that's the thing, is if one person tries it and it works out really, really well, then everyone's going to do it. And it's going to become the meta. Obviously, it's not incentivized to try it, even if no one's even trying it, you know what I mean? If you know what I mean. There's still the bias, but I think there's less bias if you're doing it with actual stats. Like, the amount of times, like, especially like with Ultraroos, with the old thing, you shouldn't. He actually said, word for word, ignore assassins. They can't do anything. Don't even worry about them attacking. Don't even need to prepare for them. You don't you don't even have to consider the potential of them attacking you. And then, but yet I'd watched Crowd Lotus in particular kill his lord off with assassins a dozen times, but he'd just forgotten all those situations because he thought assassins were useless, and so he didn't really think about the times when they weren't, and he just looked at the times when he tried to use them and he didn't, and they failed. So that's the kind of experiential bias that you got to be careful of. Oh yeah, sometimes just changing the balance just for the sake of variety is also a good idea. So those horse archers got cleared up. Now, both players have been very careful to make sure that their keeps are enclosed this time. We got moats on both sides, so no assassins climbing over walls or anything. So we're not going to get the same assassin surprise. However, Ultraroos, not going for that, has managed to claim the high ground. Going to put a Graham with some towers to defend it. He'll push him back, and Ultraroos goes, you know what, I'll, as long as I've got the hill, I'm happy. Nice front tower. Blocking off all his iron mines, though. Well, not all of them. But 2 of his iron mines can't be built because of that. Which is less than ideal. Ultraroos should probably consider getting a tower to deal with these guys. But I don't think he's even noticed that he lost that, to be honest. We've got a pretty decent sized army here. The popularity is shown. The eco is not. So Ultraroos is just above 50. Now this is the eco. Weapons, I guess, is the important one here. 20 weapons for Ultraroos, but 26 for that team versus 25 for the other team, so it kind of balances out. The farmers are mostly in Snowball's favour, but I think they're mostly hunters. No, they're actually quite a lot of extra farms. Looks like they're going to try go through Dingo. Yeah, you know what? Fine. If I can't push this, I'll push this. And fair enough. His popularity is going back up again, so he's okay. Wait, he hasn't even gone into beer, and hasn't gone into religion either. But then again, nobody's gone into beer at all. So, you know, you can't really complain about that too much. Dingo doing well at getting the defenses set up. He's gone for some good things. And Spearman, because Ultra said just spam Spearman, that's all you need to do. So when he was explaining the rebalance, how to play the rebalance. And so that's exactly what he's doing. I think that's great. Now that's a massive Macemen. I think he's going to try and come all the way in. He's going to try and break through with that. That's what I reckon he's going to do. Now bring them right up here, push this off, come in, dig through, kill the Lord. I don't think it'll work, but I think that's what he's going to try to do. Now we've got troops coming forward, but they were prepared. They got the gatehouse up. And now they're all going to sit there taking archer shots, which isn't ideal. They might want to start either digging or retreating right now. Whatever you're going to do, start doing it. He's distracted by this army over here. There we go. Now they start digging. Took quite a bit of damage before he started, though. These guys aren't going to break through. Wait, no, they can... No, they can't get through. I felt like that maybe they can get through there. Ultra's not doing anything, so we're good. We'll continue watching here for a bit longer. A couple of units getting distracted and going to dig through another part. I mean, this is probably the better place to dig through. There's no archers covering that. If this guy manages to get that up, no, he's good. Okay, those guys are going to try to dig that. Let's zoom back out. More Macemen coming forward from Ultraroos. Lots of archers on that tower to try to stop this. I mean, they're going to get through. They're going to get through. And then, if he's here, if he's paying attention... Alright, we've got 2 trebs coming up. 2 trebuchets. Those Macemen could run in and do a lot of damage at the back here. Engineers coming forward. Looks like he's going to go for shields. Which makes sense for Ultraroos. Shields deal with that is a smart idea. Heck, those 2 Macemen could do a ton of damage. Go for that granary. Go for the houses. Get over here. Could get that turret. There's nothing ranging any of this. They're busy fighting hunters at the moment. Oh, now they're in range of that guy. One's dead. Assassin coming past. Knights, swords, and pikes. Yeah, swordsmen at this point for Snowball and Hunterfooter. Swordsman is probably the best thing to be going into. Maybe some knights. Now, pikemen can work if your opponent doesn't try to run around them. But when you're trying to defend, say, a moat, that is a perfect thing to do. Alright, looks like they may have noticed about this moat here. Wait, no. I don't think those Macemen meant to go all the way around the back there. From Molterus. They're still digging up that moat over there. These Macemen are trying to protect this, I think. I like that he's put a baluster up there. I really do. If he can just, if he repairs that, he's gonna save this. And it's down. There were two there before, so that baluster, right move. And now we've got some trebuchets up coming up on the other side. No, catapults. Okay. Sure, I'll go with that. He's pulling back all his Macemen to prepare for this. I think he shouldn't be doing it. I think he should just send them up here and go for the Lord. He could probably kill off Ultrarus without Ultrarus even noticing. If he sent those guys up here instead of coming here to defend. Yeah, he had the shields built here, but yeah, he didn't have it out there. He probably didn't think that he needed it. Alright, those catapults are in range. Tower down. Alright, maces are coming out to try to stop it. There's enough maces to stop that from doing too much damage. Time to move them though. There we go. Alright, don't like that stacking for those Macemen there. That stacking was not great. Okay, this is probably a bit better stacking. And now they're going to set up shields and trebuchets in the center. Yeah, that was definitely not a good attack. That was a waste of troops. I mean, you've got your own these guys. Put a trebuchet here and throw some cows into that. That would be way better. Alright, get those things. Half of them aren't actually protected by the shields. Don't bring the shields all the way back. He's trying to run away from those Macemen, so I can kind of understand. Oh, that's a lot of value gone. I mean, each one of those is 210 gold. There was about 6 of them. That's like 1200 gold just gone. Poof. For absolutely no benefit. That hurts. They could still run in here and go straight for the Lord. I mean, they don't have the troops for it now. That's what they should be trying to do. Someone just had 5. If someone's trying to respond to me, they really shouldn't be listening to me talking. Yes, you're right. 240. I was thinking the catapults are 210, and the catapults and the thing, catapults and fire baluster, 210 gold. My mistake. Let's see if Ultrarus notices these Macemen coming in. I think they're planning on trying to get right in. And as long as they don't try to fight all these spearmen, they could get up here and kill the Lord. Just spam clicking up there. Don't leave them there. That baluster can target them. Alright, they're coming down the edge of the map. Let's circle around so we can see them a bit easier. One of them is weak. Out of control, but if you go straight for the Lord... if these guys kill the Lord, which they could, And if Ultraus doesn't prepare troops, he's got some Macemen. He's seen it. He's seen it. Nah, he's going to be able to stop what little is here. I mean, there's still some damage that they're doing, but not enough, unfortunately. There weren't enough there to go straight for the Lord and do the kill. If he could have surprised the Lord, it would have been able to do it. I can't looking at it from that way, you would not have seen them running across the top there. Until they came off. You might have been able to see this guy firing arrows that way and gone, hey, what's that? But aside from that, if he's busy focused here and trying to figure out this fight, you know, it'd be very easy to miss that when you came to look out over. Especially if even if you zoomed out, you're here, you still have to come all the way back to your base. Look. I really think they should get some extra trebuchets and throw some diseased cows up here. Can't throw cows? Don't know why you can't throw cows. Alright, the Macemen are just going to come in to wreck the trebuchet. I'm not certain what I think about this fight, to be honest. If he gets rid of this gatehouse, then I'm all for it. Which he does. Okay, I'm all for this fight. Yeah, I think this is much more the Stronghold Crusader that Firefly wanted it to be for multiplayer. I mean, obviously they wanted a little bit more castle building, but I don't think there's any way to actually encourage that more than we have, to be honest. Alright, this should go the way of the bottom left team. Team Hunterfooter and Snowball. And that should be able to kill off all those shields and crossbowmen. Which is going to really cost Ultraus, but I mean, he's got plenty of resources and stuff over here. Looks like Dingo has lost his popularity because he lost that those granaries earlier. And the army is dead. Good, he pulled back those engineers. That's good. I was just wondering if maybe he didn't do that. Which means that the map control is now gone back to Team Snowball and Hunterfooter. Oh, I like this. I mean, I don't know why I'd go into these corner quarries here before going for all of these quarries here, and before going for these quarries, and before claiming this stuff, and this stuff, and this stuff. I actually, no, I can understand not claiming this stuff. That would probably stop that. At least the ballista would frustrate it. But I feel like grabbing all this resource here. I mean, he might think that if he's up here, nobody's going to... Ultraus isn't going to notice it happening. Whereas if he had all these guys, Ultraus might try to claim this hill. Proper responses to Macemen. The best things I've found at Swordsmen, if you can get them there. Knights, though it's an expensive push off. And pikemen, if your opponent isn't going to click through them. That's part of what people were thinking is the problem with monks at the moment. The problem with bows is that Macemen can close the distance in time. If you got with the numbers that we're seeing, the archers aren't going to be used. The archers or crossbows are going to die. They're not going to be able to fight. But yeah, I think that's an argument of why monks should be not nerfed against maces. So I think that monks could be a slow answer to it. I think that would be good, but yeah. No, I mean, people are still using building cathedrals. I mean, both players did in the last game, but the problem is that there's no point going for monks because they're doing less damage to all the units that are on the map by the time you can afford your cathedral. So, because currently they are doing less damage against maces, pikemen, swordsmen, knights, Arabian Swordsmen. And those are the units that are on the map. So I think reducing, at the very least, reducing that nerf, if not removing that nerf against maces. Yeah, I mean I think doing normal damage would probably be better. Just removing just against the maces. If you're gonna use shields, you need way more shields than that. He's investing in so many units and not enough shields. If Mason were weaker in arrows, I disagree with that. Milan, if you check out my melee units video, the knights are the weakest unit in the game for melee power. Their benefit is being able to get somewhere and tank arrows to get there to, you know, maybe kill off some archers or some shields or siege units, or maybe get out and destroy some buildings. That is the benefit of the knights, not necessarily to actually fight, which is where the Macemen are strong. Macemen's strength is being the main assault unit. When you're attacking, your Macemen are at the front of your army. Knights, I don't think will change that. Sorry, knights, I don't think will ever replace them in that. I don't think they should replace them in that purpose. Throwaway for killing siege? Yeah, I can see that. I'd say, like, in this situation, if Hunterfooter had them, you know, getting them up here and destroying these buildings, coming over here, tanking all these archer shots, and destroying these, the barracks and stuff like that, that's where I think that their strength is. Oh yeah, they are definitely worth having against maces. However, the difference is, you're going to have a ton of maces and only a few knights. If you're going to do that, you need, you know, to build several stables, which is a huge investment. What happened in Bubbles was the pikemen, mostly the pikemen, holding the macemen off long enough for the archers to do some work on the macemen. In my opinion. I could be wrong. And I think that was mostly a bad micro from Ultraroos. Ultraroos should have microed his Macemen to ignore your pikemen and go into your ranged units. You never go full douche. I mean full knights. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe it's me. Damn it. I should save the moment we come back.
Saving.
There you go. I'm a little bit concerned we might have a desync with these 0 millisecond pings. Nope, they're able to move stuff. Okay, so that's definitely not the case. Okay, not sure why I've got 0 millisecond pings, but I mean, I would love it if someone were able to tweak the game so that if anyone's dead, no one else needs to receive messages. And, yeah, they can just receive messages so it's not affecting the game speed for everyone else. Hotkey setup? Possibly. We do have a Lua script to remove them from the networking. Which, at some point, somebody wants to get... Well, someone tried to attack the center earlier with the trebs and just got wrecked for it. These towers are kind of deterring that quite well. Although, I will admit that they weren't exactly set up very well for that assault. In the center here, there was, well, yeah, sorry, those Macemen did push it off, yes, you're right. But even without that, the amount of archers and stuff in here would have wrecked most of it anyway. Well, honestly, having a two-sided attack is good. While one player, distracts Ultraroos, the other one can break through this side. I think that works. He had shields, but they were not well placed, and there weren't many of them. Yeah, but yeah, I think having one player to distract Ultraroos while the other one breaks through is good. But I don't think they're going to actually coordinate very well on that. I love how most of the Alliance have been killed off. On both sides. Oops, now everyone's running through the disease. Maces versus Maces. This is going to go Ultra Roots. And don't keep moving your Macemen into the disease. That's not a good idea. Spam click behind it. Spam click behind them. Ignore the maces. You can't fight that. The Hunterfoot is out of the game. I'm not sure if that was a crash or a rage quit. I'm going to assume it was a crash. Hunterfoot's micro is so bad, probably because he lost connection and left. And probably worry wasn't that his micro was bad, it was just that he wasn't able to micro because connection was lost. This is a massive army on the left hand side here. Lotus, are you behind in watching? Are you like 5 minutes behind us? Maybe. You had like a 2-second delay? Yeah. I do feel like with this massive army on the left, doing nothing while you're, getting pushed by Alta, there was a poor coordination there. It was lucky that gatehouse belonged to Snowball. You old F4? Oh, you just got tired of the lag? This is the problem with sending your archers in at a different speed than your shields. Look at those archers drop. I mean, Ultra is going to kill them off before that happens, though. There are swordsmen here at least. There's not enough units. Some fire throwers right here would be great. I feel like he's not here. He's not paying attention to this. He has no idea this is happening. He's too busy focusing on this assault. He didn't have enough swords. Alright, let's hop out. If anyone wants to jump into the game room, feel free. I'm going to go grab a drink. And I will be right back in a moment. Just wait for everyone to come out of the game. And then the password is Twitch, as always. If anyone wants to join in, be back in a sec. Alright, I am back. Looks like Sio's back in. Alright. I'm not sure I agree with that one, Crowd Lotus, that grouping the swords would have done it. I know the Warning King in would have gone a long way, yes. Thanks for playing, Hunterfooter. Ulta is the real Hunter now? Oh, because Ulta, so Hunterfooter has the Macemen as his profile picture, so... Alright. Alright, let's jump in again then.
Choose your adversary.
Get rid of yellow, because I don't like yellow. Alright, let's do this one again. Alright, I think that's the
The round table. I pledge sides are drawn.
I think that's it, cool. We need more 2v2 maps. If anyone's out there who's a map creator with time, alright then, let's go straight in. Like, I don't mind viewing, but if he doesn't want to view, then there's no really. Alright, so let us go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Well, I mean, to be fair, last time Snowball got sorted on the spot that he is, so that's just going to give him a bit of a chance to get prepared there. Let's just go quickly kill off my lord. Come on, click the right spot. I need to make sure, because I need to get pretty much every killing pit. There we go, we're good. Snowball going for this back stone. I like it a lot. Going for the front stuff as well. We're good. Sending everyone else up the front. Not sure if he sees this coming forward for him though. He's not watching. This could be problematic for him. I mean, the Lord can deal with most of it, but still. Surely he got a Lord is under attack message right there. Wait, why are you backing up? Come forward. You leave your archers here. Take the high ground advantage. No, leave your Lord to fight the spearmen. Alright, now on the other side, we've got Ulsharus claiming the hill. And Sio's got the low hill. Looks like he'll keep it because he's got all his troops there this time. He's made sure that he isn't able to be pushed off. And looks like all those star troops from our friend is dead. From Dingo. Wait, what is Dingo doing? Dingo, are you awake? What? He's got 0 popularity. He must be taxing. Max taxing. No, there he goes. Yeah, I don't know what happened. He sent all his troops forward, which means he had time, and he was... I think he thought it was, yeah, I think he thought it was a view. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Well, that was fun. Let's ban these guys that cause issues.
Your popularity is falling.
Oh wait, that's not even in the come on, there. Stand there. Just so hard to click right here. Click. No. Ah! I missed one. There we go.
The Lord has been killed.
We're good. Alright, now let's see this one. Leaving his troops on his hill, on his keep. Houses the back, I do like that. Couple farms. Not too bad. Ultra's claiming this. Where's the Lord? Okay, the Lord's gonna be able to push this off though. This should go Ultra's way. And if he's not careful, Ultra's could claim this hill too. But the slaves. But the slaves. Wait, look at these hunters. Where are these hunters coming from? Here. That's a long hunt. I would have thought, putting them up here would have been better. But where is he taking those? I like the slingers and horse archers to deal with this. Looks like, I mean, he might. The hunter coming in clutch. Looks like those other slaves got taken out, but they did get a couple more woodcutters over here. And at this point, you should try claim this hill now from CO. Horse archer and slingers up there to try to prevent that from happening. Wait, this hunter is hunting over here. He's not even hunting this patch. He's hunting this patch. One deer randomly sitting over here though. It's always fun. Going into spears first. Yep, I can understand. I really want people to go into fletchers earlier, especially in this situation where your opponent has a horse archer and that's it, and slingers. Getting archers out early would be great. Though I can understand why you wouldn't do that in this case. We got another slave coming in. Ah, the Lord comes to stop him. And he goes, oh, let's run away, run away! And then the assassin comes in behind. And we set the flames going. More slingers coming out. I love this pressure from CO. This is a great pressure. Oh, I love how fast those workers are dropping. Not the hunters, not the woodcutters. He's like, I'm almost dead. Let's just go see if we can take out some of the workers. Ultros doesn't have the troops to protecting over there. That's the problem. He's finally killed off that guy. Then goes below 50 popularity. Probably ran out of food. Horse archers come out the center from Snowball. Marsh area, pitch area, same diff. Not 100% sure I agree with that, Kratos. I feel like the problem is that there's so much resources that can be gotten here on this hill if you're not punishing it. I like to see a horse archer sent through the center here, killing off these slingers, and with some slaves behind to burn this stuff. Especially if these guys are going to distract this guy. This guy's on too short of patrol. He's never going to shoot. So, I mean, you could probably even get a slinger in here, a slave in here. What? You've got plenty of... Why are you the one not liking the map? Out of everyone, you got the easiest spot. Now we've got horse archers up on top of the hill. Assassins coming in. Going for that guy. I like it. Some of those assassins to take out the slingers. I like it. Please tell me the barracks goes down. Barracks goes down. Now we've got spearmen coming in. I like it. I like it a lot. This is great pressure coming in from CO. Horse archers doing work as well. Horse archers coming out to try to stop that. Assassins coming in to wreck the economy buildings. You might want to use those spearmen to actually do something, rather than just stand there. Sometime about... Yeah, there we go. He's got more units coming up the side here, which is always a good thing to see. I'm going to try to claim this hill. This is great pressure. And if he doesn't own this hill, Alter's dead. The moment he's lost this hill, which he's now lost it, he's dead. There's no coming back. Leave those horse archers in this corner here. Don't send them down. Just leave them up top of the hill here. And that can wreck the entire economy. Oh no, he's still playing. He's still doing stuff. He hasn't given up. He admitted that he hates the map, but he had negative popularity. Bye bye, Pole Turner. I mean, the only way he reclaims this hill is with his lord. So getting those spearmen to destroy the quarries. The quarries are the biggest benefit that Ultrus has right now. If he can get those quarries running, which he really should be doing now, then he can rebuild his barracks. If he can't get a barracks, then he's screwed. All these weapons buildings are irrelevant to him. Wait, he's manually destroying his own things for gold. And for the stone as well. He's trying to get the stone back. And I do like that this eco approach has finally been punished. I've always been looking at it saying that it should be easily punished, but I've never been able to do it myself. And no one else has been able to do it. And the reality is this, I mean, yes, those 3 horse archers from Snowball did come in and help out a bit up here. But this has pretty much been CO versus Ultrus. And CO wrecking that aggressive economy. I agree. He should be moving it maybe up here or even to the back here, where he can claim this extra stone here. He can't get this anymore. As long as he's staying here, he's dead. I absolutely agree with that, Crowd Lotus. He shouldn't be here anymore. I don't think it would have, Maddie. You've got three. You're talking about three horse archers that which just distracted some spearmen. The spearmen probably would have gone through the horse archers. If the horse archers weren't there, those spearmen probably would have come out and stopped this, and you would have ended up in the exact same situation. Like, the only thing that those horse archers really did was distract a few spearmen for a couple seconds. And it was great timing, but it's really not that big of a benefit when you really think about it. It's just that position, if you're moving your eco that way, you have to have map control. The moment you start getting pushed back, you're dead. Whereas going with other approaches, if you go with another approach, like you're leaving your stockpile at the top and going for your back, when you get pushed back, you're still able to survive and help out, and you can still survive. Whereas his one, it's a do or die strategy. You either win with it or you die with it. Every other strategy, it's look, you could win, you could die, you could survive long enough and help your ally. You can just distract your enemy long enough. You've got all that other options. So that's the problem with that approach, is that it's a very, very punishing thing. You have to, it's a very high risk approach. No, that was way too punishing for a newbie. Let's take a 3v3 and put teams of 2 on it. Like that one, for example. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him in the low ground and Snowball on the low ground. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Okay. It worked well for you, Maddie, but that's because the person who was there that could push you wasn't able to do so. It's not a you will die if you do this. It's a high risk. If you fail, you're dead. It's all or nothing. Alright, this time we'll play. . easy to learn combination, putting him on the high ground where he's just going to get wrecked by rocks? No. We've already viewed it. Now Ultraus isn't going to actually... Ultraus isn't going to ready up because he thinks that this is worse than combination for a brand new player. No, this is not a problem with... what's his face? With Dingo. This is a problem with Ultraus having an issue. Again. With rebalance, yeah, the low ground would obviously be Ultraus. No, the high ground doesn't really have the resources though, because they've got mangonels and trebuchets and catapults and all this stuff raining down on them. It's not really easy. Our high ground is not easy. Alright, Ultraus doesn't want to play. So let's go for a 1v1 with Snowball.
The round table. The keep is enclosed.
We are under attack.
Lions are attacking, my liege.
The Lord has been killed.
Snowball was not on high ground. Sorry for that one. Yeah. Well, look, it is what it is. The reality is the maps aren't ideal for new players, regardless. If he struggled on the low ground of that map, he's not going to find easy on high ground of combination. Let's be completely honest. Like he was struggling just to keep his popularity up on that one. He's gonna very struggle on the other one. That's exactly what I'm doing. That's why I'm trying to put him in positions where he can survive long enough to try things out. I don't think he will, but these farms have been broken for upgrade. Well, I mean, yeah, that's a kind of default thing. He's not really asking for suggestions. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
The keep is enclosed.
Didn't make a cake today? Okay. Interesting reason to be unavailable. Also, I feel like just a 1v1 where it's just got a little bit less pressure than in a 2v2 with the especially with like CO and Ultrusen might actually be a bit better for him. Not sure I like those houses. CO likes it. I'm not sure I like it. Yeah, 6 of them not ideal. Yeah, I agree. Black and orange is a good combo for prettiness sake. I dislike that orange is hard to see on the minimap, whereas black's very easy to see on the minimap. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Alright. Yeah. I think he might be a peacetime because Ultra's brought him in. Yeah, there you go. Ultra's sad. And he's going to get punished for the central thing. And going for a low ground eco. Oof. We played Bubbles earlier with CO and Ultros. Wait, there was someone else who was waiting to jump into a game, wasn't there? Someone else who was trying it out last week. If you're still there and waiting to get into a game, let me know. We'll come grab you after this. The reality is, Ultras, yes, I can see that it would have problems, but it didn't have those problems in the rebalance game that we just watched with you playing. Snowball's still here. But yeah, if you're out there and you're still wanting to get into a game, let me know in the chat, and I'll come out and grab you after this one. If not, then yeah, no worries. Alright, now he's sending his troops forward to fight this bit. Oh wait, no, I like that he's sending him off this side. If he can get on this hill. Well, he's going to have to deal with these guys, unfortunately. But, yeah, I'm horrible with names too, so. Well, he is getting wood coming in still. From somewhere. One of those managed to actually get him some wood. Well, I mean, that is a good thing. Not enough space to boom means that actually you have to make decisions on what you're going to build. And that's a good thing. That is a variety, a game variety, which is good. Forcing people to decide what to build and where to build it is a good thing for me. It's just a different type of map, and so I don't see that as a problem. And that's the thing, is I didn't see that being a problem in the game you guys played. I saw that as being a good thing. Or just put woodcutters huts down here and use them to push through. Look, Ultraris, you hate every map, so I'm not even going to pay attention to your complaints. If you want me to pay attention to your complaints, you actually have to not complain about something for once. Alright, slaves coming forward. Alright, looks like that guy's going to survive, but he's also not killing off these woodcutters very much. Well, he's still killing them off, but not nearly enough to... He's not even hitting any of them. There goes, he hits one. He's getting plenty of wood coming in now, so he can start building up. Horse archers should deal with these slaves, theoretically. Well, that's the thing, though. Every map's crappy to you, and once every map's crappy, I don't care about what you say anymore. Especially considering most of the maps aren't crappy, they're actually good maps. You just don't like them because you don't like them, you know? These guys are on rally points, so they're not shooting at anything. He's calling the GG. Well, you have to call, you know, actually make it in game if you want a GG. Well, the thing is every single thing that you want changed, almost all of them, I don't care. So, I don't care. The reality is you want one map. There's only one map, one perfect map. If it's not that one perfect map, you hate it, and I want a variety of maps. And if you don't want a variety, if you aren't willing to accept a variety of maps, then you just have to get over it, to be honest. And to be honest, I am a little bit tired of having to argue with about every single map. And especially when you say, no, I refuse to play because, in my opinion, it's not perfect. Therefore, I won't play it. No, you have to play maps you don't like every now and then. Six, maybe 7 times in the last 4 weeks. Like, I'm not just pulling this stuff out of my ass. Like, sometimes you make me beg, and I don't like begging while I'm streaming, and that's why I'm pissed at it. That's Crowlotus that likes that. Well, just today you didn't, so I'm going to call that absolutely false and demonstrably false. Last week we had to sit in lobby for about 10 minutes begging you to play, so I'm going to call that demonstrably false. And look, the reality is while I'm streaming and while we're organizing game is not the time to complain about them. You don't have to be the every map's biggest fan. I'm not. That's not a big deal to me. But while I'm streaming, I don't care about what could be fixed. It's irrelevant to me what could be fixed. When we're organizing games, we're either playing games or we don't play games. Anyway, moving on. Again, playing a 2v2 on a 3v3 bet, there's nothing wrong with that. This is you making a decision that makes no difference. You're making a decision that while we're trying to get a game, no, if you don't do exactly what I want you to do, I'm not playing. Go away. I'm like, what? No, it's not made for 2v2s. But who cares? It works for 2v2s. That doesn't matter. Anyway, moving on. My point is, like, at least while we're organizing games, can we just play your games? You can give your feedback to the creators of the map, either in a direct message or on the map's map creation channel of my Discord, off stream. While I'm streaming it, there's nothing that I could be done. It wasn't decided beforehand. So you're making a non-point. The only reason it could be decided beforehand is because the teams were unbalanced. But there's nothing I can do about that, and it's going to be the same on any other map. So, that's completely irrelevant. Teams where it's balanced, I could get them. There was no chance of going to another map and making it balanced. Not possible. But look, I don't care. If you didn't want to play, you just leave. I would rather you leave rather than make a hassle for me, because that just pisses me off. And then I stop streaming, and then I don't want to stream the next week because I don't want to have to deal with your crap again. And then I stream less and less often, and then, no one's happy because no one's streaming this and no one's organizing games for it. All because you're not willing to just leave a game if you don't want to play it. When I realized that you weren't going to play, I kicked you. I organized a game that would be played. Happy, all good. But now I'm pissed because we spent so long doing it. My life is not ruined, Ultraroos, but you may ruin the Bootstrap multiplayer community by complaining about maps every single time we pick a map. The problem is at this point, I have to actually kick him out of games, and I don't like having to kick players out of games. In fact, I might even set up a hotkey to mute him in the chat so I don't have to listen to him complaining there either. I mean, I don't mind having a critical voice. That's not the problem. Kralos, you know that you've been critical about things heaps. CEO's been critical about things. NP has been critical about things. Maddie has been critical about things. But they shut up once the point's across. They shut up and actually get on with it. There's a line. And the problem is that currently the community is too small for the chat, for me to be able to not see or ignore messages in the chat. And for it to be just, you know, be lost in the thing. Yeah, that line is very, very much higher than what mine would be. Look, just, like, if you're not willing to play, say, I'm not willing to play and leave the game lobby. I'm happy with that. I'm perfectly happy. I can respect that. If you don't want to play a game, get out, and then I can organize a game that people do want to play. Absolutely happy. Complaining about a game a map every time it goes on when I can't do anything about it, that's just being a jerk. There's nothing I can do about changing the maps while I'm streaming. Right? Absolutely nothing I can do if you don't like a map while I'm streaming. Nothing. So there's no benefit to you giving me this complaint. It's just making everyone hate it. The new player's going to get wrecked anyway. And you want me to put him in a position where he's going to be wrecked even further. Like, why would I go, oh no, Ultraroos doesn't want this guy getting wrecked. I know. I'll put him in the hard place that he can get wrecked even easier. Great idea. You're a genius, Ultraroos. Let's make people die faster. I would love to. I just couldn't figure it out. Bubbles probably would have been a good idea. I thought that one might have been a good one. That was the best chance you had, Ultraroos. We put him in fun time several times. I mean, to be fair, with Trident, with beginners, you probably wouldn't run into the same issues as with the other players. Generally, I just don't like Trident and rebalance because of the ability to, wall up too easily. Especially, yeah, so that's why I don't like Trident. I've seen it played at least once on rebalance, and I don't want to see it again, Crow Lotus. That's the problem. But even when I went onto Fun Time, like Matt Ultra, you now say we should use Fun Time. Like when I went onto it, you said this is not a good map for a new player to be on. You specifically told me don't do this one. I'm like, seriously? Now you're saying the opposite. So yeah, it should. I mean, the reality is there's nothing stopping him from practicing off stream with our players. That's also why I tried to put him up against Snowball, because I figured Snowball's probably one of the lower skill levels, so it's probably the one that's most likely to give him a chance. I agree, Matty, which is why that was the first one I picked. I absolutely agree that Fun Time is the bigger and friendliest. When I picked it, Ultraroos, you specifically said no, it's bad for new players. Well, the maps are hard, and they're hard to pick up rebalance in, I suppose, is the bigger problem. Yeah, peacetime is hugely different. Anyway, that will be it for me today. Yeah, coming from peacetime, it's harder picking up bootstrap than picking up rebalance. I agree. Yeah, there's a whole lot of small details to pick up. Anyway, I shall catch you guys again next week. I do stream again on Thursday night for some single player. Sunday night for multiplayer, or day or morning or whatever it is for you. So I shall catch you. What's that? Don't know if Matty did. I assume you're talking about Matty not doing peacetime. Yeah, peacetime. I mean, I don't know if they did. I don't remember. I didn't play it long enough to find out all those sorts of tricks. But yeah, the hunters is a big thing for the peacetime players. Not knowing about the minimum hunt range for the hunters. The height advantage is a huge thing that they don't know. And just knowing how to start with not going straight into shields and horse archers is huge. How to use almost any other unit for peacetime players is a big ask. And especially at progressing from weak units into strong units, that progression is a big thing that these guys don't really know. That style of map are the problem, I agree. Not necessarily those maps specifically, but all of the maps that are like that. The NNS maps are a map pack available on Heaven Games. Let me open it up. Like if I Google, here is that. I just Googled NNS map, third option, NNS map pack. As a collection of 40 maps that look exactly like the peacetime maps. That's really all it is. Which is why I say not those maps specifically, but all the maps that are like that. Let's open it up in the in-game just so we can actually see it. And see how bad they are. Well, that's what peacetime maps are, Ultras. I don't think everyone plays it, but they are 40 maps that look like all the other maps, because they're all pretty much the same map. Nah, I think one of the maps are there. But I mean, that's the same thing, except at least this one has at least something different. Both locked. Oh, that sucks. But also, the reason I say that not everyone plays with this Ultras, all maps are made with 1.3, not compatible with older versions, which means that everyone that plays 1.1 and 1.2 aren't using this. Copy all of those into. Sure, let's do this one. I never use this thing anymore. I'm gonna have to delete it. Delete, paste.
Greetings, sire.
I think the thing with 1.3 and 1.4 is that you can't send maps. So you have to download a map pack and install it yourself. And so having that makes it easier for those. But for the older versions, 1.1 in particular, where most people play, that's not available. And they can just create a map and send it. Here we go. Here's all the maps. Cryo Lotus. 1, 2. Very, very standard peacetime maps. Oops, those aren't them. Let's put it over to that. Alright. I mean, there are at least some of them. Yeah, those ones with Ananas were the same map, except with more players. past my ones. I kind of want to have a look into this one. Is that just a whole lot of trees in the center? That is. A ton of trees in the middle. That's a very high resource map.
Retire, my lord?
No, most of them, many of them from... Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Is probably most of them were remade in 1.1. See, this is the one that had the... that the mini-map was from. And it's the most... That's the closest to something that we would play out of all of them. Like, this centerpiece I almost like, because you got these different options to get across here on the low ground or the high ground. You'd walk through that bit there.
Retire, my lord.
But yeah, these are all... This is what peacetime maps are, and I'm not a big fan of them. The maps that are in game... The vanilla maps, I agree. And all our maps that we make, or that I ask people to make, or, you know, generally, the bootstrap maps are originally intended to be more like the games that come with the game. The maps that come with the game. I don't even know where that one came from. Now we're getting into some of my own maps. You know which ones are not their maps? Based on whether it looks like a peacetime map. I mean, the peacetime maps are very, very clear. There we go, we've gone through all 40. Ah, true. Sorry, I missed that one. Which map? Were you thinking of a particular map?
Greetings,
Ultras?
sire. The desert awaits you.
Here, let me just do this one. I'm going to go with force no flying stones, but not no fire.
You can count on us.
Yeah.
Retire.
Yeah, I can guess that one. That it wasn't meant for, it was above that. Where was it? I can't remember what it was called. Damn it. Let's do that. There it goes. Well, they keep the slaves to dig moats, so that's always there. I don't know what the 2v2 event map is, so I can't answer that, Kratos.
Your Grace. نحن في خدمتك. How can we help?
Yes, this one you can do anything.
Retire.
Anyway, that's what the ananas maps are, and they're just basically peacetime maps. Just call them peacetime maps. And the peacetime maps are just not what I enjoy. I mean, it's flat, bland, not interesting to me personally. I can understand that people that do like it, I have no problems with them liking it, but I do believe that it takes away a lot from the game. I don't think either of those are in it. Basically, these are, yeah. But they could be. Let me just go back into those maps and just check the names. Cal Empire. Doesn't look like the contest is in it. Yeah, I agree. Exactly, Ultras. They're identical in terms of how you play them, and that's why I find them boring. That's why in my maps, the maps we have, I specifically want maps that have different strengths and weaknesses. Some maps that are high resource, some that are low, some that have lots of hills, some that have little hills, some that are easy to wall in, some that are hard to wall in, some that have lots of vulnerable resource that you can go out to, some that you don't, that they're a lot closer and easier to defend. All these sort of things. I like that variety in the maps. You don't have to like every single map, but having the variety to allow different types of play on different types of map, that is a good thing in my opinion, and that is kind of what I'm aiming for by having a variety of maps. Anyway, that is it for me today. I shall catch you guys next week, whenever you next tune in, if you ever tune in again. Hope you do. Catch you later.